Alrighty. Oh no. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Talking Automotive podcast, episode 20. And today we have a special guest, Tyler Thompson, and we have Adam as usual, he's in his car, and we have Zach Baldy as well. Welcome guys.
What is up?
Hi everyone.
So you want to give a little bit of a speech about yourself, Tyler, and then we'll get into talking turkey. I know.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's lagging. No. We didn't hear that for some reason, Tyler. I don't know why it stopped working. It was working before. Oh no.
Technology crumbled under the pressure.
Yeah. It's cracked it.
Oh, it seems to happen.
I hope he can hear us. There's some guys in the chat. Welcome to the chat, guys. We're not late. It's exactly 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we're not like Aussie guys. The comments up.
No, that's
Can you hear us, Tyler?
Can you hear us?
No. Can speak?
No, I don't think you can hear us.
You gave me a thumbs up, so we're looking okay.
Where's my phone?
Maybe
Oh, this is not a good
your
start.
microphone muted by accident, maybe?
Maybe. I'll just give him a message.
Potentially. Welcome to the most Australian podcast where we have technological issues and internet issues straight up.
Oh, it's great. We will get into questions sometime soon once it all starts working.
Anyway, we got
Oh yeah, we have Sam R as well. Forgot about that. Sorry, mate.
Day crashing again.
Yeah.
Day crashing. And my phone is gonna die, so I'll drop out. It's gonna die, so I'll drop out.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Got it.
There we go.
Nice.
I could hear you. I don't know. I have my Apple AirPods in, so I don't know if maybe the microphone on them stopped working.
Oh,
So
maybe.
my laptop
Maybe.
microphone.
Damn, that's annoying. Well, do you want to start again? You want to tell us a bit about yourself, and then we'll get into the questions and stuff.
Yeah. So I do full driving and camping YouTube videos. I started maybe 3 years ago now as a sort of a bit of a spare time hobby thing to document our travels. Just because I got into full driving and camping and I enjoyed watching others' videos as well. I want to do it myself, and I've sort of slowly built the channel from there. So I've got the YouTube channel now, and the Instagram, and the social medias I run. Sort of do it nearly as a full-time job now. I'm sort of considering not going back to work this year just so I can focus on it.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty cool, but yeah. And I just do main thing is YouTube videos, so I do one a week every Sunday, and then I'll do the odd Thursday one as well, so sort of maybe 6 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah,
I'm
man, that's
stoked for
awesome.
you going for full time. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
like-
100%.
Yeah, that's it.
What
That's
Are you doing
really
any-
cool. So it's
what did you do
you
previously?
guys go. School teaching. I was
Oh,
a
yeah.
casual school teacher, so I've sort of slowly been cutting back less and less days at school.
Cool.
But this, like at the moment, I sort of make enough to pay the bills, so I probably don't need to go back to school. So I'd rather just put in the time and focus on the content,
Yeah.
rather than sort of taking up all my personal life to do all the editing and behind the scenes. And it's about 40, 50 hours a week. 40 to 50 hours a week work for me at the moment. So if you kind of balance a normal job on that as well, it becomes a lot of work.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy, man.
as.
No, that's really cool to hear, though. Hey.
Yeah, it's good though. It's been I always find it interesting because I was terrible on camera, terrible in front of people. Like I'm someone that would never have got anywhere in a film industry or videos. I had no skills, no knowledge, nothing whatsoever. But YouTube gives people a platform who have nothing in that area to create a living out of it for themselves, which is always interesting and cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, certainly, man. Certainly, without a doubt.
Yeah.
It's like I'm the same too. No, people. I don't even know. I don't think you know. But like, yeah, it's such a cool platform. And It's sick that you're like thinking about going full time. Because we're kind of having those conversations at the moment as well. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
think so. Like as you probably YouTube ad revenue isn't massive amount, but so I run the Patreon as well, and a little bit of sponsorship money and that. So you sort of get it from a few different areas, and then it's enough to get it to a level where you can pay your bills and focus on doing it.
Yeah.
Certainly is, man. It's just about that one big jump to go out and do it full time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zach.
Yeah. It's always a bit scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach's a big full-time boy.
So what were you saying, Adam, before? I wouldn't say big.
Well,
It's a little bit interesting. I went full time around about the start. Actually, no, the end of 2019, and it was sort of like just before COVID and everything else happened. So basically, I quit my job. I was working as a social media person at a company, and then it was just like, I had a little bit of savings plus whatever I had saved up from work, holiday wise. Quit my job just before the holidays, so that way kind of didn't really have that 2-week waiting period. I kind of just went, yep, okay, I'm finishing today and I'll see you later, and then did a trip all the way from Brisbane to Victoria. And that was when I had 16,000 subs, and I was only making, I think, like $1,000 on YouTube every month. But it slowly has kind of worked, and it's been wicked. So now we have this freaking thing that highlights me, and we have 2 freaking awesome cars, and it's been really sick, man. So it's good to hear that you're going out full time, man. It's the dream that a lot of people have. It's a freaking lot of work, but good on you, man.
Yeah, I think that's once you're actually trying to do it, you realize how many hours and work goes into making videos and content and behind the scenes and everything.
Oh yeah, dude, it's ridiculous, and I guess it's one of the best things as well, because if you have mates that do full driving as well, you can sort of utilize that social life as well, which is kind of cool. It's a very unique sort of job, which I think is really cool. So yeah, it's excellent.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like all you see when people make videos is the videos. You don't see all the time they put in behind it. Like, imagine the guys with millions of subs and stuff. Imagine how many hours they put in of like coming up with videos. And, like, it would be so fucked. Like,
I mean, I guess it kind of come a point though where like you can think of crazy ideas that you can't as a small-time YouTuber.
Yeah.
And like even at the moment, I'm thinking like, okay, what would be, ever since I sold the Falcon, the sickest drift car that I could think of? Imagine doing something along the lines of like a 180 SX with a Barra. Like, if I had the money, it'd be here right now, and it'd be there. But it's like there comes a point where like it could almost come pretty easily with that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, especially being a small YouTuber, it definitely makes it a lot harder, the income whole sort of thing. But I don't know. I could imagine they'd be spending a lot of time on their channels though.
Sam says get a loan.
Where else did the RX-7 come from, man?
Yeah, you look at the
what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, you look at the extreme example of, say, someone like Mr. Beast, who's probably the biggest on YouTube. He's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a video, and it's just helping him grow and grow and go faster and faster.
Yeah.
He's got the money and the platform to do that.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that's like insane. He spends like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sometimes he doesn't even make it back, but he still does it. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Just his video format is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's like, I never would have thought that I would watch some of those videos, but it's kind of like just, it's interesting to see how he does it and how he makes his money. I reckon it's just brilliant.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, for sure. I know he makes a lot of money off his merchandise as well.
Yeah, he'd make so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it would be... He'd sell so much. Yeah, millions of dollars worth.
There
You
was
recently... Yeah.
one video which I thought was the most amazing video that I've ever seen on the internet whatsoever. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but David Dobrik, right? I think he is one of the craziest people on the internet, where he literally filmed himself calling up a sponsor of his. I think it was SeatGeek or whatever he uses. He literally called up and said, "Hey, look, I want a Ferrari. Can you pay half? And I'll go get one in this video." And they said, "All right, we will pay you this much money for a shout out in this video." And he just went, did that shout out in the same clip, and then went out next clip, bought a Ferrari. Like, that is insane content. Like, how does that even happen? Like, imagine just getting up to that point though. Like, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You just recently launched some merch, didn't you, Tyler?
Yeah. I just sort of spent the last couple of months getting the website and everything organised. So it's just basic at the moment, but I'm in the process of working out a few more designs. But yeah, I've got a website which has got shirts, hoodies, stickers. I think that's it at the moment, and then we'll sort of build it up as we go. It's always hard because I probably spent sort of 5-6 grand getting it organised and buying the products and that. You can only put so much into it, before you think how much I'm going to put into this and then sell in return.
Yeah. Is it doing pretty well for you?
Yeah. It's I think maybe 60-70 sales in the first couple of weeks of doing it. I haven't marketed to my YouTube audience yet, only to my social media audience. So I'll start marketing. I'll start marketing a bit on YouTube soon.
Yeah.
That's where my biggest
where your
audience is.
Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. I'm glad that you're like getting some sold already though before you've even announced it in your videos, because like merch is pretty scary.
yeah. So just through the social media stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
And then I recently got a train canopy on the ute, so this is like the old design, so we're getting an updated picture done with the train canopy on the back, because that one's already a little bit outdated now.
Yeah. Zach just dropped off. I don't know if his internet is disconnected or something. I'm assuming he'll be back.
Yeah. I saw that. He's said down in the chat there he's restarting.
Yeah, okay. I want to start doing some like small merch, I suppose, for the channel, like maybe stickers, because like I don't have that many fans yet, so I'm still just trying to grow it up. I think I'll probably just stick to stickers for now, and then
So you just got back from a meeting about merch. No way back from a meeting about merch, but like we're just like, same as everyone else. We don't have funds to buy it all, so that's where the pre-orders. Like we're going to do pre-orders.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So like your money's not invested, but hoping you can sell it.
Yeah, pre-orders would be such an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Which works, but it's scary.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and keep like some of the basic stuff in stock, and then I'll do like pre-orders on some of the new designs.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Are you happy with your new canopy? Because it looks pretty wild.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
it's so much better than the tub. Having a train canopy just makes camping and forward driving and keeping all your gear and everything out of the dust, water, rain, the mud, everything else. It's just way it's way better. Probably the only thing is you notice it didn't end up that much more weight for me, but just the weight sits a little bit higher. So
you're a bit more like
tippiness on the tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Especially when you add like a rooftop tent on there and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah. Because when I first started watching you, you had just the tub, and I was like, man, you're just doing things with a tub. That's awesome. And I've still got the tub in my car, and I was going to ask you if you liked do you have a pros and cons of a tub and the canopy?
Well, I just actually did a video this afternoon. It came out a couple of hours ago on my initial impressions on the tray. I would say that really a train canopy is all in the positives, apart from that bringing that weight up a bit higher and a little bit more tippiness. So I did a trip away, and I noticed it straight away. but by the end of the trip, doing some harder tracks than that, like I know you guys down Melbourne ways, so you might not know New South Wales as much, but did like Monkey Gum at Yarwell and a few of the harder tracks, and by the end I'd sort of pretty much adapted to it so that I was driving just as well, just as sort of doing what I could before. But yeah, that would be the only negative for me, is that having that weight up higher, creating that bit extra lean.
Yeah.
And obviously the money, it costs money to get one.
Oh, it costs tons of money.
Not cheap.
Yeah. Was any of that canopy sponsored at all, or did you just have to fork out for yourself?
No, so they sponsored the whole setup.
Oh, wow.
Obviously amazing.
That's insane. That's so good.
Yeah.
Who did it? Because I haven't actually watched that
local
video yet.
company.
Yeah.
They're a local company to me in Port Macquarie, G-Works. So they're a new one starting out. They're only 20 minutes from my house, so it makes it nice and easy. And they were keen to get out into the market, looking for someone to sort of be their marketing person, like sort of test out their product, put it on the tracks, see what works what doesn't work well, and get out there to a bit of an audience. So I was sort of the right person for that job.
Yeah, that's like a win-win for both of you though. So you get a sick canopy, and then they get like advertisement and like R&D.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how many they've sold, because they've had about a month, but I know he's sold quite a few through me. I feel like he's coming up to around maybe up towards 25 train canopies that he sold through me.
Yeah.
And, you know, when there's so much money in them, that's obviously their investment paid back.
Yeah, that's like that's paid back already. You know, just selling one or two, that's insane. Yeah. Hopefully Zach comes back soon. His net must be still crashing. Yeah. So how did you start your channel? You already went through that at the start, didn't you? You sort of started 2017, and just to get out there.
Yeah, so I watched some of the initial YouTubers, Ronnie Dahl.
Yep.
And Stefan Fischer, a bit of a smaller guy in Sydney. Just when I got into full driving, and I just wanted to watch and see tracks, trips, tricks, ideas, things to do, things to see, and I just thought it was cool. When I was younger, I always watched YouTube, like gaming videos and stuff. And
as we all do.
It'd be cool to be a YouTuber one day. And forward driving sort of was just that spot where I thought, this is it, I'm going to do it. I went to Officeworks and bought a $15 tripod to hook my phone up to.
That's awesome.
And I filmed my first trip away, and it was just very basic, some footage and music overlaid over the top, and I sort of quickly realised I was going to have to jump and do some talking and explaining in the videos, and bought my first ever camera, my first ever drone, and just slowly build up from there. It's videos here and there, and then for 12 months now I've done one every single week for 12 months, plus an extra one or two here and there a month, which has been the biggest thing, that consistency and helping the channel grow.
Doing it every week is just the key. Hey, like a lot of people think you need to have like the best camera to start, and then you've just literally proven everyone wrong, that you started with a phone and a small tripod, and now you've worked your way up.
I started, and then you go, Adam.
You go, Adam.
Am I lagging or something? I don't know.
Yeah, you are a little bit.
I'm going through a lot of hilly areas. It's something like the best camera is just whichever one you have, whichever one you film with.
This is the one that's in your palm, like 24/7.
I could make all my videos on a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like, I swear I've seen Adam. I think do you watch Casey Neistat, Adam? Because he was one of the people I used to watch, and he's always a big believer in it's all about the story and what you can do with whatever you have. It doesn't so much matter. Like he always says, film a video with your phone or whatever you have. It's more about the story you're telling and what.
That's it.
The content rather than the actual the world's greatest camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a big influence on me, like about just thought processes and whatnot. Like I always try and focus on storytelling was nothing yet compared to story. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My phone's on 10%, so I'll probably drop out soon.
Oh, you're gonna die soon.
Actually,
We're
I'm
losing.
actually nearly so then I'll get once I get to my
Oh
car.
yeah, no worries, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, dropping Sam's fun. But I'll jump back on when I get home, just with no camera.
Yeah, no worries. That's all good.
Still waiting
Fine.
on that camera.
You're still waiting. Ooh. I'm using a different camera today. Actually, I stole my my housemate's one. That's probably why it looks a bit better. I don't know if it's better on stream or not, but
It's on a different angle.
yeah, it's on a different angle and it's like way better. So I'm probably just gonna buy that off him, and then I'll buy you another one the same as this. It was my tester. And Zach's camera's mint, so we just need to get him a microphone because he doesn't have a good microphone at the moment.
Better internet.
Yeah, and yeah, just new internet. Do you ever have plans to come down this way, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm keen to come down the Victorian High Country. Our last 2 trips there have been cancelled because of
Oh, the old.
border closures.
Yeah.
With the border closed 2 days before we were going to come around New Year's, they closed the Victorian border again.
Yeah.
If it's open at Easter, I'll be down there. So I'm just sort of waiting as soon as I don't even know what's happening with the borders at the moment. But yeah, once the borders are open, I'm keen for a good Victorian High Country trip because I've done quite a few down there now. It's, sort of one of my favourite places, and that was probably my first bigger series that took off, a Victorian High Country one.
Yeah, the High Country is so fun. I hadn't really discovered it that much, but then I went for a trip with Adam not long ago, probably just before Christmas. Was it before Christmas? Yeah. It was before Christmas, and it's the best. Except for when we went to see the view of Blue Rag. I'm sure you know Blue Rag very well. And it was just like clouds everywhere. It was like -1. It's summer. Like, it was craziness.
It's just a good experience.
Oh, it was
I did say that.
It was an awesome experience for sure. Like, it was an awesome weekend, and you'll never get that again probably unless you go in winter. But yeah.
Yeah, I did watch that video. I think you guys did Billy Goat's Bluff as well, maybe, didn't you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, it was super fun. And since then, I was just like, because I'm doing a budget series on my Hilux for my channel, and since that trip, I was just gonna get lifting blocks for the kit, for the the body, and then since that trip, I was like, oh, I'll get it full suspension, I'll do the whole thing, and then so I bought full kit, and now I'm just I went full driving last weekend. It's just so much fun. Yeah,
if you haven't got blocks, you might need to take a chiropractor out of the High Country.
Have one on board, eh? Yeah. Nah, the full suspension was only the way to go. Hey?
I converted you on that trip.
Oh, you definitely converted me, yeah. Yeah. I just need to get the rooftop set up, full tent, everything, and then I've got a bull bar coming. Well, I should have one coming. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on Iron Man, and
fair enough.
Pretty crazy. It's so weird how Colorado leaf springs fit in a Hilux.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
So strange. I don't know. Do you know that, Tyler?
Yeah, I did a video on Kaito Sutton's Hilux from Drifter. And his Hilux, he was telling me he has Colorado springs leaf springs in the rear of that too. He was explaining how it's a known mod of putting Colorado springs in a Hilux.
Yeah. I didn't know it, and then I was talking to a mate that works at Iron Man, and then he was just like, "Oh, just put Colorado leaves in the back; it'd be so much better." And I was just like, "All right,
Yeah, I'm at my car.
Oh, you're at your car.
Yeah.
The rig.
Oh god, that's not How do I flip this?
I don't know. How do you flip it?
There we go. See you, Sam.
Bye, Sam. Look at that rig. What a rig.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Not bad.
Not bad.
He went to about 3 Kings rooftop
What?
tents on that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think 2. So you had the first one that leaked, and then the second one when we went away and it leaked, and now he has the Boss RT1. I think it's called.
Yeah.
It looks way better.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the drifter one.
Yeah.
I got the drifter one. The main thing I like about that is just the weight. It's only 51 kilos.
Oh wow.
Man, that's lit.
Is it nice? Is it nice to like sleep in and all that?
Yeah, it's really good. When the original mattress you get with it is like not bad, but I'd say it's average.
Yeah.
But I've done a mattress upgrade to it, so they do a mattress upgrade with them now to 100 mil eggshell mattress, and once you put that new mattress in, it's pretty much luxury.
100 times better. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be doing that.
I gotta drive home. I'll be like 15.
No worries. That's all good.
I'll be back. I'm sure you'll still be streaming by then.
Yeah, we'll probably be streaming in 10 minutes.
Cool. All right. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
Where's Zach? Come on, Zach, get back here. If you have any questions, guys.
There's only 2 people left.
Yeah. If you have any questions, guys, in the chat, feel free to ask them, and then we'll answer them for sure. I don't know how many of your fans are actually in here. I think a couple of them came over from my Instagram, but yeah.
Yeah, I never really explained because I didn't even understand where the live stream went.
Yeah,
so
it's probably my bad.
Explained
Yeah, doesn't matter.
where it went, so probably not. But I could probably look it up on my phone now and link it. If
Oh,
anyone
you
wants
could,
to
yeah.
on.
Yeah, do it. Because then we can get some of your guests in here and they can start asking questions. I thought I told you, but maybe I didn't because I'm a bit retarded sometimes. I didn't.
No, we just said the Discord, but I didn't actually know where the Discord went.
Yeah, my bad. Well, do you have like a favorite YouTube channel you watch besides Ronnie Dahl and Casey Neistat? Like, what's your favorite one you're watching at the moment?
Just in any topic
Yeah.
or forward driving.
Oh, full driving, any topic really.
Probably the main ones I watch non-forward driving at the moment would be I watch Casey if he has a new video. I watch a bit of PewDiePie, Cody Co, a few little random things like Fairbairn Films from South Australia. I don't know if you ever watched.
Yeah, I've watched them before. Yeah, they're legends.
And then on the forward drive stuff, I watch Adam's videos quite a bit. Forward drive 24/7. Bit of built on board, sidetracked. A bit of Ronnie. I don't know, a few random bits and pieces here. Sort of. I don't actually watch heaps of YouTube at the moment, just because I spend so much time on the computer editing myself. When I'm not doing that, I sort of want to break from the.
You want to break from the laptop, yeah. That's the same. Same as Adam. He doesn't watch any YouTube. He just like works, does YouTube stuff, and that's it. You know.
Yeah.
Seems like it gets that way with a lot of people.
I was just trying to
link it. It's all good.
Yeah, it definitely does. Here you go. I found the link now.
Someone's just asking me, are the Colorado springs a 2-inch or standard? So they're standard leaf springs, just from a Colorado. I can't remember the model, but then I put the 2-inch and new shocks in from Ironman, and then you have to get extended shackles that are 210mm for Hilux. So that's how they work. It just gives you a bit more flex, and obviously lifts you up as well when you get the new shocks and everything in.
There you go. Just put a swipe up link on my Instagram there.
Oh, hell yeah. Awesome.
Come across.
I'm sure a few people will come across and start asking. Someone says they can hear a cat. Yeah, my housemate's cat just decided to start meowing for some reason, and I don't know why. Maybe the door's closed. I don't know. Oh, someone wants to know, what do you reckon the best first investment in the 4B would be? 4B? In a 4B? In a full drive, I assume, would be. What do you reckon the best investment is?
I always go for the boring stuff first, but what I think is the important stuff, which is secondary fuel filter, or catch can, if transfer, gearbox breathers, even then the snorkel for water protection. Even a lot of people say, oh, why the hell do you buy a snorkel if you're not going through, water up over your engine bay? But you only have to go full send through a mud puddle or something like that, and you're not hard to get a litre of water down your airbox.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're always my first few mods.
Yeah. So I wouldn't really know because I've only new to the thing, but I'd assume you'd want to get like decent suspension if you got no bull bar, and then snorkel, obviously, like you said. And then like you don't really need rooftop tents. That's just for luxury, and if you have the money to spend, like if you got $3,000 upwards to spend, I reckon that's like a bit of a luxury. Like a swag's pretty good, unless you have a missus that wants full luxury,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a swag. I've spent a month in the road on a swag, and it's not a drama. I do really enjoy the rooftop tent now.
Yeah.
But, there's no problems with a swag either.
Yeah, like rooftop tents do go up pretty quick. Like by the time I have my swag out, everyone has their rooftop tents up. But when I can afford one, I'll probably get one, And then I don't know, maybe like a 12-volt systems are pretty cool and like are really worth it. Like for when you're going on like a few day trips, it's so much better than having an esky worrying about ice, and you just get your fridge in there and everything else. And then everyone relies on their phones these days, so you can charge your phone off them and do everything. Like, I don't know, does your canopy have like a full 12-volt system like through the whole thing?
Not really a full decked out one. It's just a bit of a temporary measure. So all my dual battery system is still behind the back seat. I have my battery, DC charger, solar controller, all my wiring and that, and then my inverter is actually on my back floor. It's all a lithium setup. I've got a good one just to charge all the camera gear on the road.
Ah, sick.
And then through to the canopy, which is why it's USB points and a couple of 12 volts and an Anderson plug for the fridge. So that's all I've got in there at the moment. So there's not really like heaps of stuff in there.
It's not fully set up yet.
Basic few plugs.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really seen that many canopies, but like the best one I've seen is definitely Sam's one, like Sam R. His is like kitted out. It's so good. I don't know if you've seen the video, but it's mint. Like it just has USB things. It has like all the Anderson stuff, and you go around the other side. It has like a full caravan fridge instead of like a slide out one. It's just like that's goals.
Yeah, well, that's what I watched the video because I think not Norworld, Moxworld Fabrication in Melbourne.
Yeah,
did his. I think was it?
I think it is Moxworld. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to change over to one of those stand-up fridges. I'm going to get. I don't know. It's my same one. Sam has to get one of those 85-litre Bushman fridges.
Yeah.
Talking about that in my video today because you get one of them and they're 21.5 kilos, 85 litres. You fit heaps of stuff in them. They're light. They only cost about $1,200-$1,300.
Yeah.
Whereas if you say get 60-litre angle and like an MSA drop-down slide, weight comes up to about 70 kilos for a fridge and a drop-down slide compared to 21.5 for a stand-up, and plus it's about 2,600 compared to 1,300.
Yeah, it's just not worth it at all, eh? If you can upgrade to that new fridge, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're going full time. That's everyone's dream, hey? Like, I really want to go. I wish I could get my YouTube to be full time. Like, one day it will, definitely. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
It's growing very slowly. Like, we're almost at like 3,000 subscribers. Did you ever see the channel? Like, was there a point that you saw the channel just growing, and you were like, okay, yeah, this is going to be full-time job?
Sort of always just taken it as it comes. I've never really had set goals or put too much pressure or stress on it because I enjoyed doing it, and I didn't want to. I don't know. Goals can be good to set, but I just didn't want to put too much pressure on myself or what I'm going to achieve. I just sort of took it as it came, which I've continued to do. But definitely, I'm trying to think. Yeah, probably the last year has really grown since I started putting out that one video a week.
Yeah.
And then there's maybe about 6 months ago now, for the last 6 months, it's been growing at about 2,000 subscribers per month.
Wow.
And then, which is, it's growing a bit now. So that's probably the point. Yeah, still the last 6 months. Before that, it was maybe the first 6 months of last year was about, growing 1,000 more a month. And then, the last 6 months growing like 2,000 a month. And now the views sort of keep going up. So I think because you get your 4-week cycle of your analytics. My analytics is about 260k views per 4-week cycle at the moment. Whereas, say, 2-3 months ago, it was down around 220, and then a couple months before that, it was down around 190, 200. So the average views sort of keep going up, which is good.
Damn, that's that's so good. That's such like really good growth. Yeah, because I'm only getting like
it's been good.
I'm only getting like 100 a month, or sometimes it goes like 150.
Yeah,
but obviously it's a very small channel, and I've only just I've changed from drifting to 4x4, and like the 4x4 content is really fun to make, and it's definitely getting me a lot of like new subscribers and fans and stuff, and I've met like so many people already through it.
I think four-wheel driving's very fast growing at the moment.
Yeah, I really agree with that. It's just like there's something that like I think YouTube lacked four-wheel driving. Like there was only a few people that did it, and then it's just recently it's just like so many channels are just focusing on it, which is good because that means more people come over to YouTube and start watching four-wheel drives, and that means we will get found as well.
Yeah. Back when I started watching it, Ronnie Dahl was sort of the main one, and there was a few other little ones as well. But now there's heaps out there, and there's a lot that are sort of in the same sort of range as Adam and I, in relation to like subscribers, and then got the few like four-wheel drive 24/7, Ronnie Dahl, Built Not Bought, the few that are ahead, and then we're sort of down in the mid range or whatever.
Yeah, but. Yeah, the good thing because they've built their like empire, but then obviously their videos recommend our videos.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if your analytics say it, but it just like says certain videos recommended my videos, and it's just like, all right, sick. So people are going from their video onto my or your video or whatever. I assume Adam's as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get so much from your analytics, like you can see what my viewers, what else they're watching, so I can see what other videos they're watching on YouTube, and then
gives you ideas
how they're getting to my videos, where they're coming from, all those different things.
Yeah, it's the best. The analytics page is like craziness. Yeah. So you drive Np300, isn't it? It's a Navara,
yeah, Np300. They're actually Navara. They're actually a D23 technically. Np300 was only ever the 2015 model, but a lot of people still call them an Np300. But it's a Navara D23 technically.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow. Is that like? Do they just change something in the make, or? Like, is there any difference between the 2013?
I think it was the Series 1. Yeah, so 2015 was the first of the new model Navaras. The Series 1 was the Np300, and the Series 2 onward is the D23. So
Okay.
mine now is a 2019 model, and it's a Series 4.
Okay, yeah. Awesome. Because I've always liked the look of them. I've just like never really looked into them, you know. They're an awesome looking car.
Yeah, I really like the look of them, and the good thing about them compared to others is they have the rear coil springs.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's a plus, hey. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, coil springs would get you a lot of places and feel so comfortable as well.
Yeah. There's heaps of flex.
If you could have one other car, if you had to get rid of the Navara, what would you get next for a four-wheel drive?
I feel like if I had the money and time and all that, I feel like the most likely thing I'd want to do would be solid axle swap Navara in the front end, so get rid of the IFS, put a solid axle,
Yeah.
which is what like Kaido's just under his Hilux. And other than that, if I could have a second car, I feel like I'd have a Suzuki Jimny or something, just because it'd be so much fun, or even just like a rough as patrol to smash out the bush. If I had to get something nice, like a really nice 80 series Land Cruiser or 100 series Land Cruiser would be really good. I think something like that.
Yeah, I agree with all of those. I've been looking at the Jimneys, the new ones.
Yeah,
they're sick. Like, they're so awesome. I watched your video with them, and yeah, it's Dude, what is there any like would you recommend getting one to the people out there?
Yeah, they're definitely a lot of fun. There's a few issues with them. One is they're very rough, so like I was pretty stiff and sore by the end of that weekend.
Okay.
Have a very short fuel range. They've got a 40-litre tank, so you don't need to get a long-range fuel tank in them.
Yeah. And
there's obviously not much room in them. If you want to go on a decent trip, you could do it one person easily. Two people, you could probably manage it. But yeah, the room's always going to be the issue, and the fuel range and the roughness.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they are pretty like... I've always just seen them on the street around Melbourne. I've only seen like a couple of them with like bull bars or whatever. And then obviously I've seen your videos. And I'm just like, I really want the sandy one, but I don't know if I could justify paying like 35 grand or something for that.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun though, and they're very tough because they're solid axle front and rear. They're strongly made and very capable off-road straight from factory. Yeah. I'm not saying you need to upgrade a lot. And if you watch that video, I send the video that the traction control system on him is really well, because I've seen some traction control systems that are useless, but that traction control system is, sort of becoming something that's nearly looking like lockers. Obviously not as good as lockers, but yeah, it's, you can lift wheels and still keep driving through it. Whereas I've seen traction control systems that you can't even come close to that. You lift the wheel and it's all over.
It's just done, yeah. How did you get on to getting to test drive that Jimny out and doing it? Because obviously, had all the decals all over it and all that stuff.
Yeah, so the owners, so it was the car, a car where you buy cars. What's a
dealership?
Where you buy cars called? I forget. Dealership. Yeah, that's it. Dealership. So dealership, a big car dealership in Singleton near Newcastle. They have a four-wheel drive shop attached to them as well. So they did it up, and the owner watched my videos. He sort of watched my videos all the time, and so he knew me and was keen to give his business a bit of advertising. So it had all their branding, and everything all over it. So he said, take it out for the weekend and test it out.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. I want to get that deal. I want to take one out for a spin for a weekend and do it. Maybe I should.
Yeah, it was really good. But I asked him if he was keen to do it again. He said he was, and he'd get back to me, but I haven't heard from him. So was a little bit too rough on
Mate,
it. 'Cause
yeah,
I did,
it's just broken.
did go pretty hard on it.
Yeah. Well, you got to give it a bit of a shakedown, you know? Like, you got to get your, like, see if they're actually worth it and let people know if they're worth it. Because
Yeah.
the look of the car when they're done up is awesome. They look tough, like for a small car, like a key car pretty much. And then, yeah, like once everything's on them, muddies, everything, it's just, yeah. I wonder if my
for sure.
local like Suzuki dealership or something would let me take one out for a spin.
I don't know, you might have to send them a very nice email.
Give them a bit of
a lot of reasons of how it's going to help them.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Someone was asking what we do as a full-time job. I myself am a carpenter, and Tyler was saying before that he is a fill-in teacher, did you say?
Yeah, casual school teacher.
Casual school teacher, that's it, yeah. So, are you the guy that has like a substitute, I suppose, or are you just like always at the one school?
Yeah, so I just work at the one school, somebody's at the one school, and then, like when a teacher's away sick or if they are away on a schooling event or whatever, then I'll just take their classes for the day type thing.
Yeah, so pretty much you're the cool like guy that comes in and says, "No, I don't care if you do your work or not," and then everyone just plays games on their laptops, pretty much.
Yeah. Try and find the balance of not being too much of a pain in the ass for them, but also doing a half decent job. So I continue to get work at the school as well.
Yeah, I suppose so. If they don't do the work, it shows them, and you won't get any more work. Hey.
Yeah.
It would be hard being a substitute because I remember like we'd have some come in when I was at school. I'm obviously haven't been at school for a long time, but they'd come in and like they just almost cry sometimes, you know, like it's just kids are harsh, you know. Do you ever find that kids treat you different?
Schools, I guess so. School's pretty brutal place. I don't know. I feel like you're always the target of the kids. It's like you've come back to school, but everyone's trying to pick on you and bully you. But being that I'm at the same school all the time, I learn all the kids pretty quickly and know them all. So it's kind of not like I'm just a new person to them all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
School I'm at's pretty good.
Yeah.
Where they sort of back you up a bit if there's any problems and things like that. They all work together well.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome. There's some people still chatting in the thing. Someone wanted to know where one of the other co-hosts are, James. He is not going to be on the podcast for probably a couple months because he had a kid, and a newborn is very hard to look after when you have minimal time with a full-time job and trying to do YouTube as well on the side. So I'm sure you can relate. Yeah.
Kids take up a bit of your time.
I love seeing your boy in your videos because he just sits there like reading the book and then he gets out and like spots or whatever sometimes and does stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah, he's not so much he likes the outdoors. He likes the camping and the swimming when it's warmer and sort of seeing all the sights and doing the different things, but he gets a bit bored of the forward driving, which I can sort of understand as a kid.
Yeah.
Sitting in the passenger seat of a car for hours.
Yeah.
Probably not the most exciting thing.
I can understand that. Yeah, you're like just on a road trip, but bumpy. You know, if you're not driving, it's not as fun.
Yeah, for sure. I know when I was a kid, I hated driving.
Yeah, me too. Like you just want to get to the place or get home. Even now, I hate being in the passenger. Like, especially when you're full driving, you just like if you're passenger, like you don't know the bumps because you're not driving. You just like sit there going, dum, you know, like snapping your neck.
And I find that holding the steering wheel as a driver makes a big difference to stabilize you as well. When you're not when you're in the passenger seat and you're not holding that steering wheel, you're really going all over the place.
Yeah, I find the same thing. Like when I went on that high country trip with Adam, it's just so bad. But then obviously driving my car, you can hold on and you know what's coming. Like, so it's just so much better.
Yeah.
There's some guys. The holy shit bars. Someone said that's what the Jesus bars are for. I'm just trying to read up on the chat, just in case we've missed a couple of questions. Someone was saying an 80 series chassis with a 60 series body and a 12 HT would be sick. I suppose, but that's a lot of money. Wouldn't that be a lot of money? It's just like buy an 80 series and then do that, put an engine in it.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about all that stuff. I'm not really someone that knows a heap about cars.
Yeah. I just want to go full driving and do my own car up. not engine swap. But it's pretty cool. Like I love the things that people do, like putting V8s and stuff in patrols and all that stuff. Like I've got to give it to them.
Yeah. If you really enjoy it and you know what you're doing, then it would work well.
Yeah. If you guys in chat haven't noticed, I have a new border for the podcast. It changes colors like in a circle. There's more coming to that, but that's just where I got to before this podcast had to start. It's like a new thing because just before it was like a black screen and it's kind of boring and like dull. And I think it would be better for people that are watching not live. So I don't know if Zach is going to come back, and I don't know where Adam is. Maybe he's stuck in traffic or something. What's your favorite 4x4 location that you've been to?
My favorite place in Australia, I haven't been everywhere in Australia, but my favorite overall place in Australia is Coffs Harbour. I absolutely love Coffs Harbour and the amount of tracks it has: creeks, swimming holes, waterfalls, campsites, lookouts. Just the fact that it's coastal, and then within about 5Ks, not even that, like the mountain range, the Great Dividing Range comes right up to the coast at Coffs Harbour, and the hills there are just full of like beautiful creeks, campsites, and just insane tracks. Or there's more tracks sort of there than anywhere else that I know. Yeah,
that sounds like an awesome place. I've never been. I definitely want to hit that up now though. Like once the Hilux is fully done, that'd be awesome. Is it hard to drive up some of the tracks, or is it pretty simple? Some of it gets harder the more you go.
A lot of Coffs is very extreme. You got some pretty extreme tracks there. It's one of those places you have to be really careful to explore because you start taking turns and then all of a sudden you're just on an absolutely insane track. You have Carnage Creek in Coffs Harbour, which is probably one of the hardest tracks in Australia. You got tracks like Sixth Stage in Yarwell, Carnage Creek in Coffs Harbour. And then there's a lot of other tracks in Coffs that are quite ridiculous. So there is a few easier ones there, but it's a place where you could take a competition truck and have no problem challenging yourself to the extreme.
Yeah. Do you do those like harder tracks, or do you try and keep to like the medium, just in case you get stuck? Because a lot of the time you're out by yourself, aren't you? Like just one car.
Yeah, a lot of the time we do tracks by ourselves. And then I do Dad comes in me a bit, and got a couple other people that come. I still sort of go for what you would say is pretty like extreme and tough for my vehicle, for an IFS vehicle in 33s. But then obviously if you take a twin locked, 37s patrol out there, then it's not going to be as hard for them. But I think they really push the limits of an IFS vehicle, and especially when I'm solo as well, when there's no one to spot you and guide you.
Yeah, it's so hard.
You're really relying on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I noticed on the weekend when I took the Hilux out. Like, I did like a harder track because I haven't really been like super full driving that much. And my mate went in his D22. He just like flew up this track, and then I was just like three-wheeling, getting stuck in these holes that he didn't even touch. Like, he just went around everything. And I was just three-wheeling, getting stuck, like going back and forth. But like, I got through it in the end. Got halfway up the track, like to this like parking spot. The next spot was just like, you have to go in like a patrol that's twin locked, 37s, something beast.
Yeah.
It was pretty.
It takes
fun.
a couple of years to learn sort of the forward, learn how forward drive works and the suspension and keeping it level and where
that's it
will and won't go. It's definitely takes a while to learn all that.
Yeah, it's definitely not drifting what I'm used to doing, or somewhat used to doing. Like out on a track or a skid pan, just on flat mostly. Like controlling a car. There's no holes or anything, but
Yeah, for sure.
It's still awesome. So we're coming up on about an hour now. Is there anything left that you'd like to tell the viewers? Anything you'd like to ask me? If Adam was here, obviously you could ask him something. Yeah.
Nothing major that I can think of. So I think we had a good chat and covered a few different things. I have to look up sort of more into what you do and that, because when you contacted me, I sort of had no idea.
Yeah.
Because Adam's name was the only one that was familiar to me because I've watched Adam's videos with Sam Pete before. But other than yourself and Zach, there's not. I don't know too much there. Well,
here he is. He's back. Welcome.
Oh,
what's happening?
You get that on the big job. You get that on a whole lot, not much. Smash some dinner down.
Yeah. Well, we were like almost wrapping up, but if you guys want to keep going,
mate, the party's just started. We're on.
He cracks a tin. Oh god, that's good.
I'm actually on the cider tonight because that's all that was in the fridge.
Oh no. How are your kidneys?
Good now.
Yeah?
So
you feeling better?
I recovered probably on Sunday was probably the day I was alright.
Yeah, good.
Was at the Murray. So
yeah.
Probably. I don't know if that helped or didn't help. I didn't drink, so.
Yeah, that's good that you didn't drink. So if you didn't know, Adam had a kidney infection, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That sounds so painful.
I didn't know that, man.
Anything. It was awful. I don't recommend.
No. He came on the podcast last week, and like halfway through, he just sort of like started like quietening down, and then towards the end, he's like, "Oh, like
my drugs were wearing off."
Yeah.
Do you know how you got it? Is there any recommendations for how to get it? Was there a particular thing you did wrong?
I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is I think I might have accidentally had some off milk. I think that's it. So I don't know if that plays into it.
Off milk never hurt no one.
Some dare. Dare ice coffee.
There's a question for Sam. Has anyone put a padlock on your ladder yet?
No.
That would be such a dog move.
No, I wouldn't be happy. I take a grinder to bed.
Yeah.
Oh god. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Well, what's been cracking?
You say that you're having a meeting about merchandise. Is that what you're saying? You're having a meeting about?
Yeah, you sort of cut out there.
Things.
Yeah. We're having a meeting about merchandise, and I was just saying on that, like, pre-orders are the way to go for now.
Yeah.
You can't afford, because there's a big investment to buy everything up front, which is what we've been doing. Because it's like, you're talking a few grand.
A lot of money goes out, and then it comes back in, and you're like, I hope it's worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I never really did the proper calculations, but I'm hoping that I end up in front and not behind. But
Yeah.
I ordered 100 shirts and 40 hoodies the other day, which was I think like $4,300 or something.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
yeah.
money, and then you got to hope they sell, and they're not sitting around your house for months and things like
Jeez.
that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, it's a big investment.
yeah. That's crazy though, because you only like it's so little like amount of stock that you got, and you still spent $4,000 on like, you know.
Yeah, well,
Especially hoodies. Hoodies
yeah.
are very expensive, especially if you buy like proper good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think when we did our hoodie pre-order, it was like 70. I think it was 70 hoodies, and
Yeah.
that was something like when I ordered it, it was like nearly. It was like $6.5 grand. When I
Damn.
ordered it.
Holy crap.
I was like, oh wow, this is why we can't afford to buy this because we got like the best hoodies possible.
Yeah.
And they cost a lot of money.
They're comfy AF.
They're super comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, really expensive. So there's no way.
Yeah,
man,
well,
we're
with
gonna do that.
with my hoodies, I think it was like AS Block Premium, and because they've got a heap of colours on them, they have to be printed in a certain way, and I got the big writing on the back and on the front. I think it costs
Yeah.
like $47.50 per hoodie, so you get
Yeah, that's
100 hoodies, and there's $5,000 worth or something. It's a lot of money.
It's-
It adds up so fast.
oh man.
I think we stocked up on some shirts and singlets and whatnot, and I think we spent like $3,000 just stocking up, and
Yeah.
they're still sitting there.
Oh wow.
One thing we didn't hold back on was stickers. Though we ordered like 1,000 and something stickers.
Yeah. And
I like stickers.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
are they moving pretty well, the stickers?
Yeah, and like we just hand them out to people too, like if we
Yeah.
see them on tracks. And
Yeah,
whatnot.
stickers. Handing out stickers is always a good thing.
Yeah, everyone likes stickers.
Yeah.
But we got some very. I'm
Yeah.
keen as for the merch to drop because we got a cool.
Yeah, we
item.
got a cool item in this one.
Oh.
So actually, going a bit.
We're kind of going all out.
Yeah.
Can you send it to me so I can see it and then react to it?
Well, I don't have a mock up yet, but I can tell you the item of
Okay.
clothing.
Yeah.
I'll write it in the Discord.
I won't be able to see. Oh, I will.
Yeah. Hang on.
I saw yours, Tyler, on your Instagram story. It like misprinted or something. So all your shirts were wrong, or like
Oh, that's.
did they have a
That's rough.
like a thing around it or something? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so when they printed it, you can't see it now on this one, like it's washed out. Mostly seems to wash out after a few washes, but you can still slightly see it on the back. So you buy, obviously, the blank canvas of the shirts, then they get printed on a
Yeah.
big printer, and where he stamped them, there was like a square outline, slight fading.
yeah.
And they say it often happens, but it washes out after a wash or two, but mine never did. I washed things like 3 or 4 times, it's still there. And I
Ooh.
spoke to him and he said that something must have gone wrong when they did the pre-dye or the pre-treatment or whatever they do of the shirts, which meant when he put the heat on them, whatever they do, it just created a little bit of colour loss. So
Damn.
I'm basically giving these ones out for free now, and I'm waiting on new ones to come which have the updated picture and that. He's doing them today and tomorrow, so I should have them next week. So what I'm just doing is buy one of the other ones, then you get one of the old ones free, which is the slight colour fade. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Cool.
wearing it now, you can't even see it. But
Yeah.
if someone wants to be real picky, they could. So I wouldn't feel fair selling it to people for full price when it's a bit damaged type
Yeah.
thing.
Did you get some money back from that?
Well, he just did the new order for free. So
Sweet.
Yeah,
like
that's
as
good.
in these.
Yeah.
So I now have I got 100
Oh,
shirts and 40 hoodies.
Yeah.
Sort of free, but they're slightly damaged or whatever you want to call it. And
Yeah.
then he's doing up a new order. So yeah, I
Yeah.
got 2 orders, but I'm only paying for one type thing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad he gave you that like refund, because that would have sucked if he was like, nah, you gotta take that one on the chest.
Oh, that would have been illegal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, because that's that's 4,000. That was a $4,300 order, and I felt
Yeah.
I felt like an asshole doing it to him. I was like, look, man, like these aren't good, but he was very cool about it. And he said, yeah, there's obviously something gone wrong. I'm assuming he possibly claimed it through insurance or something.
Yeah. work insurance or something. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm just
Misprints are rough.
yeah.
We've got I don't know, like
We got
we've
a
got
lot
about
of
like
stickers.
250 banners.
Damn.
And
I need to
like
get
a whole
myself
bunch
one of
of
those
stickers
actually
with
when I
all
come.
misprints. See if you see that little white pile there, misprinted stickers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a couple when I come over.
I'll give you some actual ones.
I don't think we got any of the banners.
we got no banners.
No ban it. I'm out.
Just smaller ones.
I want banners.
Give you some touring capabilities on it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just the thing you sent me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? It's gonna be
That
sick.
is sick. You
Yeah.
you could probably see it in there, Tyler.
So next merch drop, limited supply.
Oh,
Yeah,
You can
I
only
can
order
see it
them-
down there.
I'm
you can
getting
only order
some.
them for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm getting
they'll be
some.
I'm probably gonna get a lot of them.
'Cause I wear them every single day.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's happening.
I think I'm gonna do a prayer on these, but I got a picture drawn up on my face with like the beard and me wearing sunnies and everything. So I don't know if you saw that on my Instagram.
Yeah, I
but
saw
I'm gonna
that.
do a shirt that has sort of my on it with the beard and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
awesome.
probably just do a pre-order for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really reckon pre-orders they're a much safer way to go.
Mm.
Because when we dumped a bunch of money into it, and then I was a bit nervous. So
And if you can put like a poll up on Instagram and say who wants merch, and it'll say yes. But then like 5% of those yeses are true, and the rest are just
Yeah.
like people that would maybe get it.
Well, the thing with pre-order stuff is like if people don't buy it, then it doesn't actually
Yeah,
matter.
then it doesn't matter for you. Exactly.
Yeah.
You still gotta make it above the minimum though.
Yeah, but you're not like stuck with stuff that people don't
Yeah.
buy.
Mm.
If that, like you might be stuck with like a certain size of a shirt
Mm.
that you can't sell, or
Yeah, like an extra
something like
large or
that.
extra
'Cause,
small.
like, I know we've got a bunch there that of like sizes that we thought would sell more than the other ones, but then the other ones sold more, which we ordered less of. And,
Yeah.
We're even doing women's this time.
yeah, we're doing
Oh.
female stuff.
We're doing lots.
Oh, I love it.
We're
Yeah.
going all out.
That's awesome.
So you can buy one for yourself and your missus.
Yeah. Or if you're a missus, you can buy one for your
Yeah.
Yeah.
fella. Yeah.
But anyway, like we're going all out. So
I love it. That's sick.
Yeah.
This is going to be the year of living 4x4, I reckon.
yeah, well,
Hopefully.
we said that last year.
It's
It's
Yeah,
only
but
got half a year.
last
though.
doesn't count because of COVID.
half a year.
Well, we couldn't do anything for half a year.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Is Sam and Adam, are you guys able to take a little bit of time away from your normal jobs to put any time into what you're doing with the content, the YouTube stuff, or is it still
Well,
fully
zero.
full time?
For me.
Nothing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't take any
Yeah.
time.
Which makes it hard.
Yeah, because like you're like forced to take it off over New Year's and stuff, and I've got nothing
Yeah.
left.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sucks.
And you can't even really do anything after work because Adam works late.
Yeah,
anyway,
like I
and
get-
do a lot of overtime. So
I get home like 5:30, kind of each day,
yeah,
so that kind of writes the days off.
Yeah, that's
Um,
tough.
it's most of the time I average about almost 10 hours overtime a week. So
Wow.
yeah,
And what are you guys doing for work?
Well, I run the marketing at Boss Aluminium, so they make like trays and canopies and stuff. And I don't know.
yeah.
what do you do?
I run a crew for a drainage contractor company. So I run civil
Civil plumbing,
plumbing, drainage, bloody concrete stuff. I dig holes. Yeah.
You do
So
things.
yeah, it's pretty much me and an apprentice.
Is that commercial drainage? Is it?
We did contract to a whole bunch of different councils, so like shires
Yeah,
and stuff.
okay.
So yeah, my company, the company I work for, they've got contracts with about 5 different councils for all their drainage repairs. So like tomorrow is going to be a big storm. They'll probably get roughly 3 months worth of work out of that big storm because everyone will call up complaining about flooding and stuff. So we go out and fix all that stuff. So yeah, it's just me and an apprentice in a truck with an excavator at the moment, and just go out and try and fix stuff. We got I think there's about 3 civil crews, and there's there's all a bunch of like weird, crazy stuff. Like there's $800,000 drain cleaning trucks and stuff like that. So it's a pretty interesting area to work in when you get to see all the cool stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, my dad's a plumber, and I've done sort of quite a bit of plumbing with him over the years. But yeah, it's not sort of the commercial drainage stuff that you're talking about and the council stuff. It's all more just your house to house things.
Yeah. So we do all the drains that the houses connect into, pretty much. So yeah. But no, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of real crazy drainage equipment. We've got there's one van that has a robot cutter in it, so you sit on a computer and you can drive a robot down with a grinding thing on it and grind stuff out of the pipes and stuff like that. And they got crazy. There's a truck that holds like 10,000 liters of water, and it will use that in about 5 minutes, and it can spin this like chain flower thing. And it's pretty much this crazy big chain that spins around in a circle really fast and just sparks all up the pipe, just knocking concrete out of it, roots everything. So
that's fucking crazy.
So you're doing water, water intake and sewer as well. You'd see some interesting things come out of the sewer if you're doing sewer work.
Yeah, they do. I don't really have anything to do with the sewer. They do a bit of sewer, but most of it's just stormwater stuff. So yeah, still see some pretty
it's not too bad then.
Interesting things that people have tried to achieve over the years. But yeah, and some cool sinkholes and stuff. Houses falling in the sinkholes, and you cut open the asphalt, and you could fit a car in underneath the road that no one knows about. So it's pretty interesting sometimes. Yeah. I just don't drive. Over any pit lids. That's just my rule now. After seeing how many dodgy pit lids there are, don't drive over any lids because it's scary.
The amount of trucks, like, cause I'm a carpenter, they just like reverse straight
what's
over
underneath them.
Yeah. So, it's pretty nuts.
But yeah, between the two of us, don't really get any time off during the year.
Yeah.
At all.
You need to go.
My holiday
You just need to go sell this merch and go full time. Bang.
Yeah.
Done. You just need to like.
Here's the hoping.
Yeah.
Here's the hoping. Just go crazy.
Yeah.
And just,
So it's always hard with the YouTube ad revenue, and it changes a lot from person to person. But you're not taking sort of much off it where you can take any time off your regular work.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, if I kept taking like days off here and there, I think my work would kill me.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Going part time is not an option for me at all at my workplace at all. So probably the same as yours.
Yeah,
really.
Mine's like full time.
Yeah, that's like.
I think that's where it worked well for me as a casual school teacher, because I'm being casual. I'm not there 5 days a week. I'm there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
3 to 4 days a week, and it doesn't make a difference to them if I say, "Oh, I can't come in today," or "Oh, I'm actually working elsewhere today." I just say I'm working elsewhere, and I'm doing YouTube stuff, and they just think, "Oh, he's working another school or whatever." There's no expectation you're going to be there every day all the time. So
yeah, that's great.
I think that was awesome. What really benefited me in giving me the time to build my channel type thing. Because if I was working as a full-time teacher, there's no way I would have been able to do it.
Yeah, there's no way.
So pretty much we just become substitute teachers first, and then we do YouTube.
Yeah, do like a 4 to 5 year uni degree, and then
okay. Copy.
Nah,
I'm planning on just dropping.
No, 4 years.
Just going all out. Because I don't have any overheads, so I'm alright.
Yeah.
I still live at home, like with my parents.
Yeah, you get the
I'm
mummy
the
and the
complete
daddy.
opposite. I have a lot of bills.
Yeah, you have a full house.
Yeah.
I can sell you oranges. They're fucking awesome.
I've tried. Well, I didn't even feel like selling my oranges. I put them out the front for free once, and people didn't even take them. So.
Oh, you gotta go to a market and set up a little stall, I reckon. Sam's.
Yeah. Maybe at one of the events we're gonna have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Dropping lots of hints in this.
I'm gonna have to buy.
You said events. That pricked my
Yeah,
ears
we're gonna
out.
have to get a gazebo.
Ooh.
Does anyone want to buy a 11-4x4 gazebo?
We'll make them. Yeah.
We'll make them.
Make one.
Pre-order on the 11-4x4 gazebos.
Yeah. We can make them.
Sam chopped oranges, someone said.
They would be chopped up.
Yeah.
That's so good. Oh
So you're
shit!
coming out to Talangi this weekend, Mez?
I am. I'm gonna experience the one and only Talangi. I want to
Yeah.
see, as you guys
Like,
call it, bop.
We don't. I could organise some bop. Maybe we
who?
could bop himself.
Bop himself.
Bop himself.
You reckon he'll come all over again?
You reckon
Yes.
the man on bop would come out?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. He did drive all this way a couple of weeks ago just to have beers.
True. He probably
At
would do
my-
it then. He must
At
love
my
the.
house, I wasn't there.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was house sitting in Sam's house and I told him to come around for beers. I drove from Geelong and got there at 11 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to come down, Tyler. We'll do like a massive like trip, I reckon. We'll get all of us together. I reckon that's what we need to start doing. More collaborations with the Aussie 4x4 scene.
I like four drives.
Lots of bop opportunities. Look, he'll be
Yeah, I'm
10.
planning
I
to
reckon. you
get
can-
down there once the borders open.
Yeah.
They're not open yet, are they? I don't know. I haven't even
I
kept an eye on it.
don't
Are they
know
still closed,
because they open and close so much. It's not funny.
I think it's
I think it's
open if
open.
you're not in a red zone or whatever that means.
Oh yeah, the Murray's open.
Ah, well,
That's
there you
a
go.
lot.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Like-
annoying because we were only 2 days from leaving, and they closed the border, and it was such a rush decision. Like they closed it. I think they made the call about 4:00 of an afternoon and said, if you don't, you need to get across by midnight tonight.
Yeah.
And
And
you're
you
all
do.
good. If you come across tomorrow, you have to quarantine for 14 days, and we're like a 9-hour drive from the border. There's no way we can do it.
New Year's Eve, we were camped on the New South Wales side of the Murray,
Yes.
and like we've been
Full-
drinking all day.
Full New Year's Eve preparation on the
Yeah.
alcohols. as
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So then we all had to bolt for the border, which we just managed to beat the really bad traffic because we ended up because we were near Moama, and we went there and we waited an hour and it was just crap, and we ended up booking it to Barmer and we only waited 5 minutes, but then we had people who left an hour after us. It took 3 hours to get through Barmer.
Yeah, because if you crossed like by midnight, there was no quarantine, but then the next day you had to self-quarantine for 14 days.
That's
I think
whack.
the day after it was hotel quarantine for 2 weeks.
And it was no matter what your test results said, you could get tested, come back negative, and you still have to keep quarantining in your own house for 14 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was dumb.
You know, Mez, you got trapped in that, didn't you?
Yeah, I got stuck in on my holidays. Fucking, my girlfriend was like close contact to someone, and then so we had to isolate for 10 days. By the time we found out, which is really weird the way they work it out. So we had to isolate for 10 days on my holidays, and we had to like cancel all our trips and stuff, which sucked. But it was just at home, at her house. So it was all right because she has a pool and a bunch of stuff, and it was hot, but still a bit of a waste of time off from work.
Was the government pay for that?
Yeah, she got paid like I don't know, whatever the quarantine money is, 1,500 or something. But I only got like 450. It was weird.
That's rough.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but whatever.
That's very rough.
And then I copped 2 speeding fines in one day.
What did you do that for?
My speedo's out because of the new muddies, and
Yeah.
it's put it out like 10Ks instead of like a couple, so it just completely fucked me over.
See, what you need to do is do what I do and just don't have a speedo,
That's a good, yeah.
and you can't.
I actually ended up just buying one of those things. Adam has the GPS.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I've got at the moment.
There we go. That's to Tim. It'll be backwards for you. You can't even read it.
Can't read
I
it.
said Talangi Saturday, bop opportunities. That's once you're there.
Do you have much time, Tyler? Because I know it's your son's birthday. I don't know if you're supposed to be doing things instead of podcasting.
No. Yeah, no, it's all good. His mum took him out for dinner tonight, and then we're doing stuff on Saturday. But I have to head off soon. I'll probably go about another 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, no worries. All right.
Heading over to the girlfriend's house, so she'll probably murder me if I take too much longer.
Yeah, tell her you're podcasting. It'll be all right. Surely she's tuned in and supporting, right?
He's
Yeah,
working.
maybe.
Is Is that the girl you're camping with on the weekend? I saw someone in your Instagram stories.
Yeah, that's right. I went up to Harbour for 3 nights on the
Cool.
weekend. It's so nice. As it's
Hell yeah.
probably my favourite place. And it's only favourite place in Australia. It's only about an hour and a half, hour 40 from where I live, which
Yeah.
is good.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. It's like the perfect like distance for driving somewhere that's like awesome camping grounds and everything.
Yeah, I think it's good. I live in a pretty good location, New South Wales, mid-north coast. Quite close to get to places. Like, obviously, you guys down the bottom, so it's further to come up. There's nothing down below you unless you want to catch the ferry over to Tasmania.
Yeah.
As where I am, we sort of go 10 hours north and you're Fraser, or 10 hours south and you're down Victorian high country, and then everything else in between.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about Tasmania today. They have free car travel at the moment. So if you put your car on, you go for free.
Good luck getting your car on there.
I reckon we
Really?
should try and book it and go. That'd be sick.
Yeah, I should go.
Yeah.
I can
'Cause-
guarantee that they've just put up the price on the normal tickets for yourself.
Yeah, true.
Nice.
Maybe.
Nice.
I don't know how much it usually is, but that would be awesome because free car travel. You could go over there and do some tracks or camping over there.
All I know, I've forgotten the name of it, but there's more than one boat that goes to Tasmania, so you don't have to go on the Spirit of Tassie. There's a different boat that's cheaper to get yourself over.
Is
there.
that?
But I can't remember what it's called. It's just that no one knows about it because it's not the Spirit of Tasmania.
You mean there's not just one boat?
I think there's like 2, maybe 3 different companies that do it.
Oh, wow.
So, so shop around.
Shop around, guys. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, I didn't know it either. The dad said it like whenever he said it. I was like,
know that.
huh. So we're just getting scammed.
You're just getting scammed by the Spirit of Tasmania.
I think it's like I'm maybe 100% wrong, but my memory is saying Blue Line.
Blue Line.
Does that sound
I
familiar?
don't know.
I
I'm too
Google it?
scared to put my car on a boat. I don't have a handbrake. Like,
I don't have a
that
handbrake
scares
either.
me.
You'll be right.
I don't even really even have brakes at the moment.
But, like, you leave it in gear and it's smashing up and back on the gears. And, I don't know.
I think it would be
Blue
strapped.
Line.
It'd have to be strapped.
Tasmania.
Yeah, it'd be strapped down, but I don't know. It's still over 3.
It's a laundry?
Yeah, you guys going to be
It's a
coming north
laundry.
to do
It's a laundry.
filming either.
What?
Yeah.
So it's not Blue Line. Scratch
Blue,
that.
Blue Line laundry, guys. Yep. Hit them up. What were you saying? Sorry, Tyler.
I was just saying, do you guys have any plans to go north at all to do any filming, even like South Coast or something? It's not sort of too far from where you are.
We've always got plans, but whether or not we can actually activate, like, do those plans is the other thing. Because anything outside of Victoria, you need more than a week, more than a long weekend.
You need more than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
wanna-
but if you want to go to the
Yeah.
say like the lower coast on New South Wales, like that's actually really far away from where we are.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
about 10 hours. Just
Yeah.
7 hours to get to the corner.
Yeah. I'm hoping to do maybe like a 2-week
We
trip.
did.
this
I
year
did.
some stage. But I don't know where.
I
or
did a
when.
trip to Yarwell on the south coast. I don't know if you've heard of that. It's probably not too far from you guys at Nowra, but obviously still a bit of a drive. You'd probably want a week or something. But I drove that Monkey Gum Fire Trail, which is a really fun one. And you've got 6 Stage out there as well. Have you ever heard of 6 Stage? That'd
I've
be
heard
an
of it. and I want-
interesting track to take the cars up.
Yeah. This is the thing, I've got so many tracks that I've seen on the internet and that I want to do over like where you live and stuff like that, but I'm like, I'm so far from home too. So I don't they look really hard. One thing I've noticed about people from New South Wales is they think the tracks where we live are hard because it's all muddy and slippery and stuff. And we think the tracks you guys do is just absolutely ridiculous because you're crawling over these big rocks and rocks scare us. So I'm very scared to go do 6 Stage and stuff like that, but I really want to try and do it, but it looks absolutely ridiculous. So
Yeah, well, I don't know what the hardest tracks in Australia are, but I've sort of heard when you talk hardest tracks in Australia, people often mention Six Stage at Yarwell, and I don't know if you've heard Carnage Creek at Coffs Harbour. There's another one as well. It's sort of there. I always think of them as a couple of the hardest tracks in Australia.
Yeah. One of those things. It's like there probably is harder ones out there. They're just not named or known. They're just like these secret little.
Yeah, because like you go to the yachtways and you don't go on any named tracks at all,
And it is
and then
hectic.
it's crazy down there.
It is literally just like you take your competition winch truck there and you train.
Well, they do. They have like loops down there that they do time trials on to see who's better.
But like Mez could accidentally go down there in his Hilux one day
and just write
drown
it off.
Yeah.
What do you mean? My Hilux is a beast.
I don't know where I went on in the yachtways where I didn't take my car. You rocked it off. First block all gone.
Yeah.
Well, that's the next video.
Yeah, I know.
That's a full on.
I was watching some of that video you did, the one to the Otways, and you're trying to take it easy, and then about 15 minutes into the video, just about redline trying to get through bog holes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like the next one is just stupid. Like I didn't take my car, and
It's nuts.
yeah, like some of the stuff that they just send the cars through, I'm like, oh my god.
Like we're talking like bull bar depth sloshy mud. Like not water, just like slosh.
Full bar
mud.
depth mud on a 4-inch 37 patrol.
Yeah, like they're going into holes with like 37-inch sticky traps on. Not a hope at all. Like they barely even make it in. Like
They're just like,
Yeah.
yeah. And some of them got LSs in them and stuff, and it's just like not even close to making it through any of these things. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, we went out with this bloke.
Has there
who races
been any
football.
further information or like outcome on those tires? Because you kept you rolled it off the bead 2 or 3 times or something. Was that just an unlucky day, or do you reckon
Well,
there's an issue there?
the video doesn't really show the first 2 that well because I was slamming it into the wall constantly. And I probably, what did I have, like 7 goes at it. So I'm not really surprised that they came off.
Yeah.
You don't really run enough PSI on your tyres for that stuff either.
Nah.
You run pretty low pressures. You run 16 PSI, so it's pretty low.
Yeah, well, I run them at 20, but they have a slow leak, so they're probably down at 16 by then. So, but then that last one that came off, a stick just rips the valve out. Like, I just
That's
had
just unlucky.
no control over
Yeah.
that.
Can't do anything about
That sucked
Yeah.
a lot.
that.
But like they'd also just been put on rims, so they still had all the lube on them, and like I wasn't really too phased over it, to be honest.
That's what the second set of wheels is for, is trashing them.
If it was like the Razors doing that, I'd be quite upset. But they were just like, I bought them to be trashed.
Yeah.
So I'm not really too phased.
And our tyre expert guy said that they're probably more common to do that because they're the cheaper Chinese ones.
Yeah.
They don't have as good a sidewall as the
if you get
normal PEDs sort of
if
thing.
you get proper Cymex centipedes, they're better.
Be better. Better sidewall. Oh, because my first ever set of PEDs, I bought the same ones Adam has, but in a 33 for my Hilux. And I noticed they bagged out a lot more than the actual normal PEDs do, but it's just because the sidewalls it's not as strong as the traditional named PEDs.
But then in saying that, like I bought these tires for $400.
Yeah.
Like, it's
That's
like,
a pretty
they're
good deal, hey?
Yeah.
And they're gonna definitely clear out some mud inside them. So
yeah, people were saying that they weren't clearing out, but I was like, they were definitely clearing out. If I had the Razors, like it would just be like slicks.
yeah,
They wouldn't.
yeah.
So I'll
It's always hard to take YouTube comments and what people say seriously because you get such a mixed match of everything on there, and it's hard. It's hard.
My favorite comment that people comment all the time is you need to let your tire pressures down lower. When I'm literally running 8 psi on my tire.
and like
So you let your tires down, you just crawl up that, and it's like I can't let any more air out. It'll be flat.
Like there was a cockpit video where I took a tire off the rim, and I was on my Razors. I was running them at 12 psi with no bead locks. Like I run low tire pressures for a heavy car.
And crashed into a bank.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
We lower them a lot.
It doesn't matter what you do, you can't ever win.
Nah, never. And like people are like, I crawled up that with my car, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, had 100 mil of rain and still raining when you're there. Like, it's very
you
different.
can't even walk up the thing.
Like you can't do
Yeah.
anything.
You're literally grabbing onto plants and trees to like get yourself up the hill so you can film and stand around and stuff. So
Yeah, that's just YouTube. Like,
There's always someone who did it sort of in night, in two-wheel drive,
Oh,
in
yeah.
reverse,
Yeah.
blindfolded.
yeah.
yeah,
Always.
There's always someone who did that.
yeah. And then the camera just never does anything justice.
Oh,
like
it's
especially
the worst.
to do with rocks, I reckon. Like rocks, it
Mm.
never shows the size of the
Yeah.
rocks and stuff. You got to try and get around and the holes and stuff. It's just
Yeah.
you go to some tracks and I go around the corner. Like I've done stuff. I've seen a lot of things, but it still catches me off guard. You go around the corner and you're like, how the hell are you supposed to put a car up that? And then you watch the video and it's like, that's how
Yeah.
you do that. It's easy.
We haven't
Yeah.
made a video on symmetry yet.
No, we should
Do that
should
one
go
day.
there. That's a-
Symmetry's a full.
We could do that after work.
I think
Symmetry is a
lot of
scary
people
trick.
It's not scary.
No.
I've done
A
that
lot
in the
of
dark,
people-
Adam, on 33s.
In the dry, it's fine, but in the wet, I'd be scared.
I did it once in the wet, in the dark.
Yeah,
on
did you
33s.
go around the hard bit?
I winched up the hard bit because my car didn't fit
Oh, so you didn't do it in 33s, you winched it.
on that one occasion.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
There was one occasion though, I drove up and I drove down. And then
Uh.
someone got stuck. I drove up, fixed him, and then I drove back down again.
I've done symmetry, just didn't film.
Oh yeah, here we
I haven't
go.
done it either.
Yeah, I have. The Hilux has done it as well.
Oh,
Before I had muddies on it as well. In the cheese,
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
cheese
it's
graters,
pretty
it literally crawled up, didn't let any pressure out, it went up
right.
it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think-
two-wheel drive.
I think symmetry has changed a lot since I last did it though.
Look, when
'cause-
I saw it, it was like dry and hot, and I was like, "Ooh, that looks scary."
Because yeah, I drove it lots of times, and I didn't because it was just on the way back from another track that I used to do all the time, and I didn't know that that was called symmetry. So I was like, "Where the hell is symmetry?" Because everyone talks about it and stuff, and I just didn't know that I was doing it all the time. But now I saw some videos of my boss motorbike riding out there in the wet, and I was like, "Oh, that's very deep." out
You're
there
always
now."
driving down it.
No, I'm going up it.
Oh.
I've done that track probably like 10 times. I do it for fun just to scrape my roll bar on the bank. Back when I had a rear roll bar, I was like, look how much my tray can hit the bank.
Well, you're hitting rocks now.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, it hit rocks.
Yeah.
Hit everything.
Anyway, we should make a video on symmetry.
Yeah, do it.
No, we have because we came down it on
Yeah.
from an Alice track
Yeah.
video.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Anyway, I've
Um,
done it. Adam thinks it's really hard, but
In
I've
the
done
wet, it would have been really hard.
it.
I drove it in the dry.
Should let your tire pressures down
Shit.
more, Adam.
Yeah. I reckon Tyler's done it
Yeah. Yeah.
though. Do you, do you have to go?
Never been to any of those tracks. Yeah, I probably better head off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no drama.
We better end the podcast there then, because I need to eat dinner and I haven't eaten dinner yet. Classic Mezzarino. Thank you so much for coming on, Tyler. It's been good.
Thanks for coming on. Sorry, I was a bit all over the place.
That's
Couldn't
alright.
really chat here.
Yeah, I'd love to have you
That's
back
all right,
on
no
whenever.
worries. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, keen to have you back on whenever. We'll have like a big group of people, like full drive people on like a big podcast maybe. Do a cool session. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for Adam and Sam coming on as well. Legends in the car
try.
and at home.
I'll get invited one day. One day I'll get invited.
You will get invited. I promise.
Yeah.
Next-
You can feel like do whatever you normally do plus Sam R.
Plus Sam R.
Yeah.
That'll be the clickbait.
Yeah.
And Zach doesn't count because he dropped out. So fuck you, Zach. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched it live, you're awesome. And if you didn't watch it live, you're a pleb.
You're a pleb.
Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.
See you guys.
Alright, see ya. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. That's done.